Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you doing on this beautiful afternoon? This is Tasha M. Dyer. I am here to have a conversation with you on this beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Now, while I'm outside, had a closing this morning, and I'm outside here from sunny Jacksonville because I've been a part of the Sick and Shut In. You know, let's take a look. Let's take a look. See, it's gorgeous, gorgeous out here. This is my backyard. Now, this is really what living your best life is. This is your best life. Now, I'm here because we talk so much about, you hear it all the time, I'm living my best life. But ladies, let me talk to you today. What's your best life? And why am I always talking about ladies, women teach Forex? Now, what does that mean? I talked to you yesterday about what Forex was. You know, so make sure you go back and touch on that video if you missed it. But today, I want to talk to the women. I want to talk to you about why is it so important? What is this movement? Where did this come from? What did I birth it for? You know, this is important to me. It's so important to me. And what does it mean? It's because as women, we all have a story. We all have gone through something in life. And I'm a single parent. That's who I am. That's my story. And so many of us are, you know, even if we're not single parents, it's probably about 50% right now. I don't have the exact statistics, but it's somewhere in that area and in that figure. And if you're not a single parent, ladies, if you're not in that number, you still bear the brunt of a lot of the things and responsibilities that go on in the world. You know, we don't get a day off. And what do you mean by that? Well, literally, I've had bronchitis. So thanks for all the calls, thanks for all the texts, thanks for everybody who's been checking on me. But did I get to lay in the bed and just recover? You know, did I get to say, hey, Deja, you know, mommy's not feeling too good right now, so you got this. You know, I have a baby. You know, I have a little one. She's 4. I should be an empty nester right now, but the reality is I'm not. So I don't get to check out. You know, that's not what gets to happen. So because of that, I literally have to keep doing my daily responsibilities and daily routine. So we don't get to check out. And so that's what I mean about women. We do everything else already. We do it all. And so life is just not fair in that regard. But we don't get to complain. We don't get to sit back and say, you know what? I can't do this. I'm not doing this. We keep pushing and we keep going. And the one thing that we don't say and the one thing that we don't do is what I hear a lot of women talk about and a lot of women do is talk about making ends meet. And I hear a lot of women talk about, I'm going to stretch this dollar because I have X, Y, and Z to do, or I have this to take care of, or I have to get this done. See, we're committed. We're committed to the things that we have to get done. We're committed to our children. We're committed to our responsibilities. And what happens is we get taken advantage of sometimes. And it's not that they tend to do it or it's on purpose. But for some reason, we balance so much. I mean, look at the things you've had to balance in life. Look at what I've had to balance in life. Just being a woman. And it makes us stronger, not weaker. It makes us the caregivers, the nurturers. We are women. We do it all. You know, on our jobs, we handle it. We balance it. We take care of it. You know, I'm retired military. And a lot of times, people use these things against us without even thinking about it. Or sometimes they do. Regardless of the rhyme or reason behind it, it happens in this life. You know, but we're not going to sit back and pretend like it's not happening. We're not going to sit back and pretend. It's time for us to take control. And that's where the movement is. Now, I would be a little transparent and tell you why I'm so compassionate, why I'm so passionate about this movement. But my story is definitely your story. My story is definitely the story of so many women out there. But don't talk about and don't think about my story. What is your story? What is your story as a woman? Now, as a retired officer, you know, I stayed in Jacksonville because this was my last assignment. But the story is, how did I get to Jacksonville? I took command. And it was my credentials and my credibility that got me here, okay? But so I'm not going to pretend like I didn't have to work hard to get where I was, because I did. But with that, some stuff kind of came with that. See, I had to interview for this position. I had to work hard for where I got. And so I'm not saying this to get a pat on the back from anybody, but I'm saying this to paint the picture that so many women, so many of us go through. Now, when I went through this and when I interviewed for this position, I interviewed with the brigade commander. Now, he was literally in charge over the battalion commander that I will ultimately work for. And somehow, some way, I ended up interviewing with him first. Now, in my interview, he told me, your credentials, your records, you know, you are flawless. You have the position. It's yours. You will work. This is your job, you know, but I have to allow you the opportunity to interview with the battalion commander. I have to give him that respect. So even though you're going to work, he works for me, I just want you to go through the motions of the interview. That's what has to happen, you know. And he said, but the job is already yours. So just go through the motions of the interview. Well, during that interview, he, you know, his comments to me were literally like, well, you're a single parent. Do you understand the roles and responsibilities of this job? Not what my credentials were, not what could I accomplish, not any of that. Do you understand you're a single parent? Do you understand this is going to be demanding? What about your children? You know, that's not what we have to do. That's not how this goes. Because if I can manage, I can deal with that. Now, on the flip side, as a civilian, I've had to deal with the pay. You know, in the military, we want a pay chart. So, of course, I didn't have to deal with that. But on the outside, I had to deal with the pay. Where you were trying to undermine my value and what I brought to the table because of what, you know, you wanted to pay a underqualified man. I got the job. But you brought somebody else in to pay them what I demanded and what I put on the table. No, that's not how this works. I will not allow someone to create my value. So from that birth, Women Teach Forex. Once I understood what the Forex market was, and once I understood that I had the opportunity to multiply my income, yes, women, we do everything else and we make it happen. We do it all. So the movement, what is the movement about and what does TEACH stand for? Well, the T in teach is we're going to transform. We're going to transform you. You literally have to transform. It's no longer about making a dollar stretch. No, transform your mindset, because we don't have to do that. If we can do everything else, you can do this. You can learn to a skill set that will change the dynamics of your life. It's time for you to secure the bag. Okay, ladies? And I'm not talking about Michael Kors. And we're going to empower you. You have to empower yourself. We will empower each other. That is what the E is for. We are going to empower. Give yourself the authority. Take the authority back. Empower yourself and appreciate. Don't be undervalued or underappreciated. Appreciate yourself. Commit. Commit to yourself. Commit to you. Commit. Make the commitment. It's a reason why on the airplane, they always tell you to put your mask on first. Put yours on before you try to save the world. Because we always, as women, we try to save the world. We want to save everyone. That is what we do. We are nurturers. Save yourself. Save you. And then by doing so, you'll begin to save yourself. You'll save your families. You'll save your causes. You'll be able to reach and empower everyone. And honor yourself. Honor each other. Wear your crowns. It's time. So Women Teach Forex. Financial institutions, our governments, everybody, this is how they multiply money. This is what is happening. They are using our money. The money we put in the bank, the money we are utilizing, and we put in those financial institutions, they're using that to generate income. It is time for us to empower, to commit, to teach. It is time for women. It is time for us to take control, because we teach Forex. We do everything else already. So why not? Finances should never, ever be an issue. Ladies, we got this. We got this. God bless. You all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.